Have you heard the cliche teachings of do some affirmations? If you want a result, just visualize the end result. Set some great intentions. Have a gratitude journal. The universe is within you. All the answers rest inside of you. These cliche sayings often show us that the law of attraction is so simple and easy to work with. And a lot of people don't really go very much deep from there. Like attracts like, they tell us. Stay positive, most people will say. Just think positive and everything will be just fine. But I don't know about your reality, but for mine, it's gotten very complicated. That it's not so easy and simple as just doing a set of affirmations, or I think everybody would be rich, or just saying to drop a simple goal card into your subconscious mind and it'll manifest. I think it goes a lot deeper than that. And what I've understood from teaching countless students and myself is that the law of attraction goes a lot deeper, more complex than the surface thoughts we just mentioned. By the end of this video, I want to give you a simple blueprint, stuff that nobody talks to you about, in order to really help you understand and navigate the law of attraction so it actually works and it works predictably and consistently. When we're talking about the law of attraction, what I want to talk about is two different things here that are simultaneously connected, that again, a lot of people don't talk about. The first part here is understanding the idea of letting and allowing, because a lot of us are in constant overthinking, and that's what we are. We're in a world that is actually limited by the void. And this void is a dark place surrounding us that we seemingly can't get out of. And the second part is doing our deep level of healing work to actually release the things that are stuck inside of us, causing the law of attraction to bring in things that we don't want. If we're just doing simple affirmations, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I feel amazing, most times our mind rejects it from day one. We see the results in our bank account. Maybe there's $1,000 in our bank account, or maybe there's $20,000. Doesn't matter how much is in there. But our mind goes to what's realistic. So if I'm saying I am prosperous and wealthy out loud right now, the mind's probably going to reject that because I'm going to look at my bank statement and say, that's actually not true. I see $1,000 in my bank statement and I'm supposed to believe and have faith in this law of attraction process. I'm saying a lie out loud. So we feel inauthentic and ingenuine with what we're saying out loud. And that can come across very different energetically and vibrationally than what we actually intend and want. Or when I'm writing down a gratitude list, I do it for 5-10 minutes in a day or do my meditation practice. But the rest of the 23 hours and 50 minutes of the day, I'm worrying, I'm doubting, I'm concerned about my future, I'm concerned about paying the bills, or I'm just concerned overall that I'm not doing as well as I could potential-wise. That's what I'm actually manifesting. And I could throw the gratitude list out and skip meditation that day because it's not going to help and it actually did nothing for me. So where do we take this? We go back to the two components I was just mentioning. The first part is you start to master letting and allowing, because it is really good to do your gratitude lists and affirmations, sure. But what needs to follow is being aligned with the feeling of your desire actually manifesting and then forgetting about it completely. It's really important that if I want to manifest an extra $20,000 or an extra 20 clients or love into my life or something different, I need to align with that feeling, number one. And then what I need to do is stop overthinking. Now, it's really important to say that because if my mind is in mental chaos all day, how's the money going to come? Where's the person going to come from? When is the clientele, those people that I've been trying to attract, when are they going to come into my life? If my mind is spinning in circles, what I'm actually doing is creating a force field or a parallel reality that is undesirable, and an alternative universe that just doesn't even suit where I actually want to go. It's very misaligned. Then we see it not manifest that night, and next day we say this law of attraction stuff just doesn't work for me. Things aren't going to move forward. I've been trying, I've been doing the stuff, but still yet the law of attraction, the universe seems to be against me. So mastering this letting and allowing idea is the idea of lessening your resistance in order to manifest. Most people never talk about that. So what we want to do is essentially In my day, once I set my intention, set my goal, or whatever it is that I'm looking to manifest, I feel it to be really true right now, and I move on my day. And when I move on with my day, I stop being so mental and I be more soulful with my day. I be more present with moment to moment awareness. So every time I do something in my day, I'm present and aware with it instead of being consumed by mental thinking over and over. So in your day, it's a practice. It's going to be very difficult, especially if you or I are somebody who's a very big thinker. We like to think, we like to envision, we like to dream, we like to imagine. We also like to be very logical sometimes. Those parts of us will block that manifestation faster than anything else. So, what we want to do in our day is stop the mental stories and stop being consumed by the stories of this always happens to me. I never manifest money. I'm never good at this. They're absolutes. Those stories are the glue that's keeping you stuck from not manifesting and using the law of attraction towards what you do desire and do want. So we need to eliminate that glue. We need to get rid of that. And we need to ultimately get less and less in the mental mind and more in the soulful side of us. You'll start to realize you're going to start tapping into flow very quickly. You're going to tap into the smoothness of this manifestation process. And what I would do is let go of your intention completely. Don't think about it the rest of the day. One time a day, really be consumed by the feeling, let it go, and remain soulful. What you're going to do is master the attraction factor of law of attraction into your life, the thing that you're really wanting. The second part here is starting to clean up your traumas because most of our subconscious is blocking us from manifesting more money, more love, more goodness, more miracles, more flow into our life. And what's really going on is the stories I was just mentioning are an exact manifestation of the trauma I've experienced in my life. Example, if I grew up feeling very unworthy of love, unworthy of goodness, it just seemed like everything was always against me in childhood. Almost always, I grew up as an adult having that same story. So if money doesn't come into my bank account the way I want to, my subconscious will offer validation saying, of course I didn't get that money in. I've always been unworthy since a child. I'm still unworthy to this day. So this story is actually validating itself and causing manifestations of what you don't desire into your life. Or the same thing goes with, I just feel so lackful, right? I know I could do other things in my life, but this money thing I've always been terrible at. Again, an absolute story. And that might have been a trauma from childhood, growing up around an atmosphere that didn't have a lot of abundance of money and resources and prosperity. So, deep built in my subconscious mind is a story that wants to come out and validate itself. Our stories try to prove themselves, their internal beliefs. And what we want to do is start healing those stories. So, what we want to do is go back into our childhood, revise what we experienced in the imagination. It's called a revision process. And you do this on a nightly basis. Every day before bed or a couple of hours before bed, visualize a memory that's really difficult, that might have been painful and hard to go through. And what you're going to do is feel that pain that you've been pushing down into the subconscious and revise the scene. So if your family never had any money, revise the scene and see them having prosperity and gold and cash and so much abundance. Now, to the mind, it may say to you, this is ridiculous. This never happened before. But if you're really present, like we talked about in component one, and you're really aware, hyper aware of this feeling that's coming up and changing and being in the soulful plane, you'll accept it as a possible reality that could have happened if your life circumstance changed as a child. More and more, you're going to start to learn the truth that these are all spiritual truths. What we remember as a child is actually not always the truth. It's partially true and partially false because the memory is very invalidating sometimes. We don't remember exactly how things go. So, what we're doing is revising the energy pattern that's been stuck in our body and stuck in our psyche that's created stories. Even if that revision wasn't true, even if you didn't grow up in a wealthy household, you are going to free yourself from the energy bond or the energy loop you're stuck in that's going to free up your energy field and frequency. You're going to feel the immediate difference and you're going to see the result manifesting into your life in a very different way. You focus on these two components, the law of attraction will work for you like dynamite. It'll work a lot more predictably and a lot more consistently into your life. You're going to notice a lot more flow, a lot more miracles, money, goodness, clients, whatever it is, new deals, opportunities coming into your life, just solely based on focusing on the things that you don't hear about, focusing on cleaning up the resistance, focusing on healing yourself, and focusing on not overthinking things in the mental plane, but actually being soulful and realizing, yes, the quote that we've all heard before, you become what you think about, is true. Of course it is. But it goes a lot deeper. It's what we emotionally think about all day long that manifests. It's not just what you think about. So what we want to do is that missing link is the feeling and releasing out into the ether the thing that you want, and then focusing on the soul plane while healing. My clients and I that have been focusing on this exact process have been lighting it up with results, quantum leaps, and good things happening in life. And this is all verifiable with my client testimonials. We have thousands of them now showing in the pathway. This is a proven process that will work. Work for me, it'll work for you. Try the process out for 7 days. I would watch this video over and over and over every day for 7 days so that you get this stuff stuck into your mind and you keep that level of awareness that you've been learning on this video. Don't go to the next video, rewatch this one until it becomes your daily habit to think this way, to feel this way, and ultimately to act this way. And the best thing you can do is stay accountable. In the comment box here on YouTube, just go ahead and put day 1 complete. Then you do day 2 complete, all the way to day 7 complete. Keep yourself accountable, and again, allow this information to become who you are, to become your heart center, to become who your awareness is, and moving that into day-to-day living and presence. Scott Haug signing off here, 7 days in a row. I look forward to seeing you staying accountable to this and focus on the soul plane, not the mental, and focus on releasing those childhood traumas that are keeping you stuck for a lifetime. And in the end, you'll start quantum leaping and entering more flow than ever before. I look forward to seeing you as the next big success story.